Hey everybody, welcome to the Cigar Experience Review. I'm Tyler and we're getting into the Ramon Bueso Genesis Oscuro. So real dark, real oily, bit of a toothy wrapper there, a little bit of a toothy finish, and I'll show a little highlight of that. But double cap, I'm getting excited, so let's get into it. All right, so this is an Oscuro cigar, which is just a really dark, really great cigar. I've already got some kind of an idea of what's gonna come in flavor, but I hope to find it out, right? So great pack, it's really, really well done. This is gonna be the Gordo, so it's a 6" by 60 ring gauge, and a little bit larger than my liking, but not too large. So like I said, we got a double cap here, so we're gonna deal with that in a second. But the Ramon Bueso Genesis Oscuro, this is gonna be a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper. It's got actually Nicaraguan, Honduran, and Dominican long filler inside. So we got 4 different tobaccos now, and then a Honduran wrapper, or Honduran binder, so keeping it all together. So that's really cool, a little bit intricate, and we got some good tobacco going in here. So we're gonna go ahead and get a cut light, and then check out those flavors for the first third. All right, get this thing lit up here. Wow, great draw. One of the things I don't love about a larger ring gauge is I don't draw it very well. I just have a little bit tougher draw, and so that is easy. It's wonderful, good draw. Right from light up, I am getting espresso notes. I'm getting some cocoa notes. Like not cocoa, like dark chocolate. Long finish. Wow, that's a really great smoke. I'm getting a good amount of pepper as well, which is a pretty wonderful profile for me. I like a dark chocolate, espresso, peppery, maybe a little bit of hay in there, but mostly it's this dark, woody, cocoa, espresso. So I'm excited. So far so good. Really good, bold flavors right up front. Good amount of smoke. I'd say we're at a medium body, maybe medium to full. But let's get into it. All right, welcome back. All right, so we are about 15 minutes in, and maybe about 20 minutes actually. Ash is real light, and this is gonna sound dumb, but it's ashy. What that means is, it's not, honestly, the last couple cigars I've had a really good long ash. It was really tight, and so but this, it's already fallen off once, and if I just do a little tap, it'll fall off again. So it's not as tight. It's not as the ash is, you know, as tight, which is fine. It's not a big issue. It just means that you're gonna ash on yourself more often, and so you might have to wipe off your lap a little bit, but burns pretty good. Medium smoke output. I would say medium to good smoke output. But I will be honest, the cocoa has died down quite a bit. I'm still getting some pepper. I'm still getting some espresso note. But I would say if the flavor started here, it's kind of died down. It's about maybe half of what it was. I can still taste some good things, but it's losing its bold flavors. And I like those bold flavors in the beginning. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, a little bit low on the flavor, but I still enjoy it. All right. So we're down to that final third here. Construction's still pretty great. It's been smooth and flat the whole time. I haven't had to touch it up. So on the construction side, it's pretty good. I'll be honest, the flavor has kind of gone down as I've smoked it, and getting a little bit of flavor still. I'm getting some pepper, but this last third, kind of the flavor just went meow. So not getting a ton, just getting kind of a bitter tobacco, if that makes sense. I don't know. I wouldn't buy a box of this. Not gonna lie. I'd probably buy a 5-pack. Keep a couple in the humidor. And this might be one of those cigars that I have, out with the bonfire with a couple buddies, and it's a good smoke. Probably not one of my, go back to a ton of. I'm not gonna buy a box of these for sure, but nothing against the cigar. It's just, it's not, the consistency of flavor was a little disappointing. I thoroughly enjoyed it while I'm sitting here. I've been sitting here today just smoking and thinking, and it's been a weird week. And one of the things that has kind of got me processing, kind of got me up here, is I feel like more this week than ever, I need to tell people I love you, I appreciate you, you're in my life for a reason, and it's important. And there's been some people who have left work this week, and good friends that it was time for them to move on, and not that we let them go, but it was time to go. Like, their season was done and found something better. Some people have just left. It's just been a weird week, and the more and more I process it, the more and more I feel like, man, I feel like I missed out on telling people how they've impacted me. I've got a good friend of mine. I'd consider my brother. That lives out in Memphis, and there's some days that I just need to send him a text message and say, man, I so appreciate you. I got a good buddy here in Nashville that doesn't work with me anymore. He left a year ago or so, and I still reach out to him from time to time and say, hey man, I am still with you. I'm praying for you. I'm with you. I got a buddy who's battling cancer right now, and I have to remind myself to reach out to him and tell him, man, you are on my heart, and you're a good human, and I'm glad that my life connected with your life. I think that's the thing for tonight. I feel like there's no question. Like a question of the day, what's your favorite smoke? What do you do while you're smoking? Those have been in the last couple videos, and I do want you to comment. I appreciate you guys who have commented. Let's stay connected in that. I don't really feel like I have a question. I just feel like I have kind of a statement of, it is important to tell people who are in your life, I love you, you're in my life on purpose. I hope that you know that you've affected my life and you've impacted me. I hope that I've done some sort of impact to you. Everybody from the podcast, I'm starting to build those relationships and friendships. And I got some friends up in Seattle that I just want to reach out to and say, hey, you guys have impacted my life, and I love it. And I feel like we don't do that enough. I don't feel like we don't spend time to say, hey, you are a force of good in my world, and I just need you to know it. And I feel like we, especially we men, we don't do that enough. We don't take the time. we typically, the unsung songs, right? It's like, hey, do a firm handshake, we'll give a good hug or whatever, but every once in a while. But I feel like we do it too thin, not often enough. And so that's my challenge, that's my thought here. As we wrap up the cigar, the Ramon Bueso Genesis Oscuro, good smoke, not my favorite, but good smoke. But reach out to people who've impacted you. Reach out to them, send them a text message. Just let them know, remind them, you are in my world and it has been a good thing for me. Maybe it's your dad, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's somebody you sit next to, you work alongside of, but you barely ever really kind of get that level of depth in the deep heart, right? Deep heart connection. So reach out, say something, tell them you appreciate them, remind them that they're a good force of love in your life. Your life is better for them in your life, whatever. Signing off. Put some comments in. Let me know if you did reach out to somebody. You don't have to tell me who. Just let me know. Say, hey, I sent a message to my brother-in-law. Sent my message to a coworker. Sent my message to my uncle who lives upstate. Whatever. Let me know. Have a good night.